Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's so great to have you here with me. So another fluid art creation today, but today it's all about the split base. I'm using two colours on my base. I'm going for a classic black and white and then some interesting colours over the top. So let me take you down now so you can see the colours. I'll show you the canvas and how I've prepared it, and I'll also talk about the technique that I'm going to do. So as always, you say it with me, let's see what we can create. So these are the colours that I'm going to be using today. My colours on my base are going to be black and white, but these are the colours and the brands that I'm going to have on top. And the idea is to have a black and white split base. You'll see here, I've prepared my canvas. I'm going to have this part black, that part white, and then I'm going to layer the colours across the middle so they're both on the black and the white. And I'm going to swipe over with my palette knife and some cell activator and then stretch it out. So that's the plan for the canvas. I have painted the edges of my canvas. So I've done the black for the black side, and I have actually painted white on the white side just to seal the canvas itself. So the colours are there. My paints are all mixed. Here are all my paints mixed up, ready to go. I've got my cell activator. So my cell activator here is Australian Floetrol mixed with titanium white. 1 part paint, 4 parts Australian Floetrol. So that's going to be the activator. But there we go. So all my colours. Got my torch ready to pop any air bubbles. Let's go. So first of all, I'm just going to place the white and the black on the surface area of the canvas. So I'm just using my torch now to pop any air bubbles when I mix my paints up. Sometimes there's air bubbles, so that torch just pops those before we continue with the process. I'm happy I've got enough volume of paint on the canvas before I add more of those colours and swipe over the top and then stretch out. So I'm just picking up my canvas now and I'm spreading the black and the white paint across to cover most of those sides. But I'm not too worried about covering the full surface area at this point. By adding more volume of paint, so each time I add a layer of colour, I'm adding more volume, which means there's going to be more volume to play with and stretch out. I'm just using my palette knife as a bit of a guide to show me how long I need to do each of those lines when I layer the paints. And I'm now going to continue doing that, one colour at a time. So the idea is to really demonstrate how different the colours will show and react on a white background and a black background, whilst having fun and doing one piece as a split base. So my palette knife is long enough to cover all of those colours with one swipe. So I will place my palette knife one end and then drag the palette knife across those colours towards the other end. So I'm now just going to add my cell activator. My cell activator is a combination of titanium white paint mixed with Australian Floetrol. 1 part paint to 4 parts Australian Floetrol. Mix all of that together and that's going to be my cell activator. So I'm layering some of it one end. I've coated my palette knife. I'm going to place the palette knife literally on top of the paint so it connects. And then I'm just going to slowly drag the palette knife across that surface area, covering all those colours in the white paint, in the white cell activator. And you can see here that reaction is already creating some cells. I'm not going to swipe more than once. That's why I wanted to measure those lines and my palette knife together to ensure that that palette knife can cover those colours. I'm just going in with a smaller palette knife to tidy up the edges, using my torch to pop any air bubbles and to really help that reaction of the cell activator against the paint. Here you can see how those cells are forming, and underneath that black paint will be those colours, and on the white paint you can see it more visible on top. And now it's about stretching out that design, opening up that pattern and creating a split base piece. So I'm going to tilt the canvas from side to side, ensure that the paint fully covers the surface area and down the sides, and really open up this piece. Can you see here how some of those colours are just sitting underneath that black? I'm going to go in shortly so I can show you a close-up. I really hope my camera can capture it. But I love how those colours are really reacting underneath that black paint. And I'm in no rush to do this. I'm just tilting it from side to side, really watching that pattern open up, really seeing how that paint travels across the canvas, and then deciding when to really tip the canvas up and to allow that paint along with that pattern to drip down the sides and over the edges. And if you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and let me know what you think about the video in the comments below. I'm really happy with the composition of this piece, so I'm going to take you in now so you can see a close-up of the wet version. I'm going to try and aim my camera so you can see all those colours, not only on this side where you can see the white paint and the colours on top, but the black paint really has all those colours nested underneath, and they're really kind of shimmering and popping through. I hope I can get that for you, but I'm going to let this dry, and I'll also take you in for a closer look at the dry version. So here's the dry result, and I love it. I love those colours. I love how it's a split base, so two colours on the base, the black and white, then those colours kind of lined on top, swiped over, creating that really interesting pattern with that cell activator. I'm really happy with the end result. I'm really happy with how those colours are quite subtly laying underneath that black paint, but when you go closer, you can see how some of those colours are popping through depending on which way you look at the painting, and it really depends how the light hits that colour too. I'm so happy with this. I think I'm going to be doing some more experimenting with this technique, especially on split bases. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well, I hope you're having a great week, and I hope you're being creative too. And let me know what you think about this piece. Drop it in the comments below. I love to hear your feedback and your reaction to anything that I create. So thank you in advance for that. And I really do hope I get to see you again in the next video. I'll leave you with some of these close-ups, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.